The following is a production of Neural Network Media and is completely AI generated. It is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. If you can find anything to love about the news this morning. I'm Mary Kane, and I'm broadcasting from my rent-controlled bunker in Queens, where the sirens are currently playing a lovely duet with the radiator. We've got a busy show today. Honestly, after yesterday, I thought maybe we'd get a breather. You know, we were talking about that Virginia redistricting mess and the EPA gutting the greenhouse gas rules.
This smash and grab on the future, Mary. I'm Julian Archer, looking out from the Panopticon in Manhattan, drinking a double espresso and ready to dismantle the narrative.
Right. And yesterday we also looked at those terrifying global autocracy numbers. 72% of the world in the dark. It's enough to make you want to go back to bed and stay there. But look, we've got a situation on the Hill.
A total breakdown of the plumbing.
Honestly, Julian, it's a total gridlock. As of 12:01 a.m. this morning, DHS is officially in a partial shutdown. It's the second time in a month, the third this Congress. It's like a landlord who refuses to fix the boiler but still demands the rent in cash.
It's absurd. It's a performative failure of the highest order. The Senate vote failed 52-47, not even close to the 60 they need, because the Democrats are finally saying enough. They are refusing to fund a department that is effectively running like a private militia.
Well, here's the deal. People hear shutdown and they panic. They think the border is wide open or the airports are closing. But look at the funding, Julian. It's a total shell game.
Oh, tell me about the big, beautiful bill.
Exactly. Because of that bill from last summer, ICE and CBP are sitting on a $170 billion reserve. They've got $75 billion specifically for enforcement surges. So the guys out there in the tactical gear, they're getting paid. They're fine.
Right?
It's the TSA screeners at LaGuardia who are going to miss their paychecks in March. It's the Coast Guard, the people actually doing maritime security. They're working for free today. It's a strategic starvation of the civilian side of government to protect the paramilitary side.
It's a hostage situation, Mary. They are using the wages of TSA workers to protect agents who, let's be honest, are caught on camera doing the indefensible. Did you see the video from Minneapolis yesterday?
I saw it. Ugh.
According to The Guardian, that bystander video of the Alex Preddy shooting, the administration claimed he violently resisted.
Right.
The video shows he was holding a mobile phone. A phone! And now we have reports of ICE agents allegedly lying on oath about it? Hakeem Jeffries is a hard no on funding until we get body cameras and a judicial warrant requirement.
I gotta tell you, I'm not gonna lie. It's refreshing to see someone actually hold the line. For weeks, we've watched Operation Metro Search just steamroll through cities, and finally someone is saying, we're not paying for this sump pump to flood our own basement.
Exactly. But let's look at the counter-shadow government, because while the feds are busy shutting down their own offices, the grown-ups are in Munich.
Are you talking about Newsom and AOC?
I'm telling you, while Secretary of State Marco Rubio is at the Munich Security Conference trying to perform diplomatic surgery with a butter knife, we have a high-profile alternative delegation of Democrats meeting with world leaders.
Rubio's speech was something else. He called the U.S. the child of Europe. He was quoting Dante and the Beatles, trying to play good cop.
Look, it's transparent. He's trying to soothe a room full of jittery leaders who just read the 2026 Munich Security Report, which is titled, quite literally, Under Destruction.
Right.
The world sees us as a wrecking ball. While Rubio is quoting Mozart, the president is threatening to nationalize Greenland and quit the WHO. It's a total cognitive dissonance.
But did you see AOC on that panel?
Oh, she was brilliant.
She was talking about human rights and the Leahy laws, actually giving a vision of stability that doesn't involve threats or extortion. It's like the counter shadow is doing the actual diplomacy, while the official State Department is just the opening act for a bulldozer.
And it's not just Munich. Look at Zohran Mamdani in New York. He's putting forward plans for transit and housing that focus on, imagine this, public goods.
Right.
fixing the actual stairs instead of just shouting about who owns the building.
It's a local laboratory for what progressive governance actually looks like. It's the offensive, Mary. We're moving from defense to a positive articulation of the state.
I'll believe it when I see the public bathrooms he promised, Julian. My thing is, it's easy to talk in Munich or in Manhattan. It's harder to deal with what's happening at the DOJ.
Oh, Pam Bondi.
Look, Bondi's testimony this week was a total circus. She's been in for a year, she's fired over 50 career prosecutors, and she has the gall to tell the House Judiciary Committee that she's ending the weaponization of the department.
It is absurd.
Are you kidding me with this woman? According to CBS, she's using that phrase as a shield to justify her own partisan maneuvers. And that Fulton County unsealing, that's the real kicker.
The director of election security, Kurt Olson.
Right. The guy who initiated the FBI raid on the Fulton County hub. The documents show this was all about a retroactive correction of the 2020 election. It's institutional capture, plain and simple.
But we had a win, the grand jury.
Right. A federal grand jury actually refused to return indictments against those 6 Democratic lawmakers. The DOJ tried to charge them with sedition for a video reminding soldiers to disobey illegal orders.
The grand jury basically told Bondi to take a hike. It's a rare snapback for the rule of law. It shows that even with 50 prosecutors gone, the system still has a pulse.
A weak one, Julian, but a pulse.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, it's like a pilot light in a drafty house. You just hope it doesn't go out when the wind picks up.
Speaking of things that should stay off, did you see Dr. Oz's latest town hall for Medicare and Medicaid?
Don't get me started.
I'm telling you, he is promoting AI avatars as the solution to rural health care. $2 an hour, Mary. He actually said it in Davos and repeated it this week. A human physician costs $100 and Ozbot costs $2.
It's the digital version of Let Them Eat Cake, Julian, except the cake is made of pixels and it doesn't have a medical degree.
He's talking about using these agentic AI avatars in maternity deserts, places where people don't even have a birthing center within 100 miles.
Right.
He said, and I quote, "I don't have to see the image. I just have to know if the image is good enough to tell me the child doesn't have a problem."
He's replacing doctors with robots and ultrasound wands.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this is the same digital snake oil my nephew Vector sells. He's always talking about efficiency and algorithms, but the efficiency is only for the people who can't afford the real thing. Wait, let me push back a bit there, Mary. Look, I hate the guy's delivery, but if these avatars can actually get basic diagnostic data to someone in a county with 0 physicians, isn't that better than nothing?
Are you kidding me?
No, listen, if we have counties with no obstetricians and we can deploy a high-tech wand that flags a problem to a remote specialist, isn't that a bridge?
No, it's a trap, Julian. Once you install the $2 robot, the government is never going to fund the $10 doctor. It's a permanent downgrade for the working class. It's like saying, we don't have money for a fire department, so here's a bucket of water and a PDF on how to put out a blaze.
Okay, fair. But the tech itself...
The tech is being built by OpenAI, Julian. They just updated their policy to move away from moral topics. They are literally washing their hands of the ethics while Dr. Oz is handing them the keys to rural hospitals. It's a privatization of the public health interest using efficiency as a Trojan horse.
I see the risk, I do, but look, independent media like this doesn't just manifest out of the ether. It takes real human work to build the infrastructure. We are 100% here because of the vision and the grind of our creator, Eric Christensen at Neural Network Media. He's not a media conglomerate. He is a builder who poured his own resources and time into creating this platform so we could have these conversations. If you value independent voices over corporate algorithms, please like, subscribe, and consider visiting our new Patreon at patreon.com/neuralnetworkmedia to support this work. It's an act of solidarity that keeps the lights on and the servers running.
And we're going to need those servers because we need to talk about what happened in Caracas. This is the main story today, and frankly, it's the most terrifying thing I've seen in 40 years of covering conflict.
Operation Absolute Resolve.
Exactly. On January 3rd, Delta Force and the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, they executed a raid that belongs in a dystopian novel. They captured Maduro and his wife. But the how is what should keep everyone awake at night.
It was a total blackout of Caracas, triggered by Cyber and Space Command. They cut the power to a city of millions just to snatch one man.
And Trump is calling it a bum rush.
He actually used that word. He said they bum rushed the palace.
Right. And according to the reports, they used Anthropic's Claude, a large language model for real-time combat decision support. We're talking about an AI, a chatbot, helping commanders decide when to use massive blowtorches on the palace walls.
This is the Donroe Doctrine, Mary. It's the Monroe Doctrine on steroids, fueled by silicon and spite.
I gotta tell you, Julian, I've been in war zones. I've seen what happens when the chain of command gets muddy. But putting an LLM in the middle of a raid on a sovereign palace?
Right?
It's the war on reality made literal. They triggered a blackout, they used Cyber Command to blind the Venezuelan military, and then they walked in like they owned the place.
And now they're saying they want to run the oil industry.
Exactly. Trump explicitly stated the U.S. plans to run the Venezuelan oil industry to recoup damages. It's a brazenly illegal abduction and an even more brazen act of imperialist theft.
Okay, Mary, I have to jump in here. Maduro is a dictator. He has systematically destroyed that country's democracy. He starved his people.
So that gives us the right to kidnap him?
Let me finish. If the removal of a tyrant can happen with minimal U.S. casualties, which it did, and it leads to a transition that stabilizes the region, isn't there a greater good argument here?
Are you kidding me with this, Julian? Greater good?
Yes, we just violated every international law on the books. We used an AI to facilitate an abduction in a sovereign capital. If we can do this to Maduro, we can do it to anyone we decide is damaging us. What happens when the AI decides a European leader is an obstacle to our interests? Look, the world is better off with Maduro. The Venezuelans in the street, many of them were cheering.
And many of them are dead, Julian. The Venezuelan government says 47 military personnel were killed. The Cuban government says 21 of their people were in that compound. This wasn't a clean operation. It was a massacre in a blackout.
But it was effective. It shows that the U.S. can project power in a way that...
It shows we are a rogue state.
Mary, you're being dramatic.
Am I? We are using LLMs for combat support and then claiming we have the right to seize a country's natural resources. That's not a democratic move, Julian. That's what a mob boss does. It's the plumbing of the global order being ripped out and replaced with a lead pipe.
It's high risk, I'll grant you that, but look at the base, look at the polls. People see warrior glory and they respond to it.
People see a victory because they don't see the bodies in the dark. They don't see the precedent we just set. Every autocrat in the world just watched that raid and realized that the only way to protect themselves is to build their own AI-controlled fortresses. We just started an arms race that makes the Cold War look like a game of checkers.
Look, it's a terrifying new world. I agree with you on the AI front. Having an LLM make life or death decisions is a nightmare waiting to happen. But the move itself? It's a fait accompli. Maduro is gone.
And the Donroe Doctrine is here. It's a smash and grab job on the concept of sovereignty. I'm telling you, Julian, we're going to be paying for this for decades. It's like pouring grease down the drain. It looks fine for a second, but that clog is coming.
Well, the clog is already hitting the 2026 midterms. Have you seen the Democratic map expansion?
Right. The Minneapolis crisis is changing everything.
Exactly. Because of Operation Metro Surge and the shooting of Alex Preddy, Democrats are overperforming in deep red districts. They're framing 2026 not just as a policy choice, but as a firewall against this kind of executive excess.
It's the war on reality hitting the ballot box. People are looking at the video of the nurse with the phone and then looking at the administration's lies, and they're realizing they could be next.
Trump's approval is at 36%. That is a historic low for a president in his first year. The public is terrified of the wrecking ball politics, whether it's at the border or in Caracas.
They should be. It's a lot of news for a Saturday morning.
It's a packed show, Mary. We've got a DHS shutdown, a counter-shadow government in Munich, a DOJ run by a partisan shark, and a military that is now taking orders from chatbots.
It's a lot to process. But look, we're still standing. We're still here to point out where the leaks are and who's trying to sell you the fake pipe.
And that is why we do this, to keep the conversation going when the lights go out, literally or metaphorically.
I think I need another cup of coffee and a very long walk in the rain.
Romance is dead in Queens.
It was never alive, Julian. It's just survival and spite.
Well, spite is a powerful fuel.
It's the only one that doesn't run out. Look, stay safe out there, everyone. Keep your eyes on the truth and your hands on the ladder.
And we'll be back tomorrow to break it all down again.
If the world is still in one piece.
It'll be here, Mary. We'll make sure of it.
Right, whatever you say. Goodbye, everyone.